Hi all, and welcome to another video from Miss Robbie's classroom. I'm your teacher advisor, Miss Robbie, and today we will have another video on our series of the self-learning home task for the third quarter in English 7. For this clip, you will need your English 7 home task for week 2, some pieces of bond paper for your outputs, and a pen. You will also need a smartphone device or any recording device such as a video camera or a voice recorder, and an editing app for your assessment activity, but this is optional. Pay attention when you hear the bell sound. That means you may need to pause the video in order to do the task given. Then resume the video once you're done. And remember to be on time. Follow a schedule of tasks that you need to accomplish so you can submit them on time. This lesson is based on the MELC. Use correct and appropriate multimedia resources when orally giving information, instruction, making explanation, and narrating events in factual recounts. So our goals at the end of this clip is that you'll be able to identify the various types of multimedia resources, use correct and appropriate multimedia resources when orally giving information, instruction, making explanation, and narrating events in factual recounts, and manifest appreciation on the importance of acquiring factual information. Before we go on, let's have a short recall on the previous lesson we had. Read the sentences below, then choose the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready? Number 1. The Latin root multi means the following, except A. Several, B. One, C. Many, D. Various. The correct answer is letter B. 1, since multi means several, many, or various. Question number 2. Multimedia can be formed through the computer-controlled combination of text, graphics, drawings, still images, animation, audio, video, and any other medium. The correct answer is A. True. We learned that multimedia is not just one media, but a combination of more than one form of media. Number 3. It's an expression that's used in order that another person does what is instructed or requested. Is it A. Giving information, B. Narrating events, C. Making explanation, D. Giving instructions? The correct answer is D. Giving instructions. Question number 4. It means the art of storytelling. Is it A. Giving information, B. Narrating events, C. Making explanation, or D. Giving instructions? Correct answer is B. Narrating events. When you are telling stories, you are narrating. Question number 5. Personal recount refers to the following, except A. Spoken account of an event or experience that the speaker was personally involved in, B. A written account of an event or experience that the writer was personally involved in, or C. Retells a spoken or written account of an event or experience that actually happened that's based on facts. Correct answer is letter C. Whether it's written or spoken, personal recounts involves the writer or speaker in the event or experience, whereas letter C doesn't indicate that the speaker or writer is involved in the actual events. Did you get a perfect score? Awesome! That means you were able to master the concepts we studied in Lesson 1. And so with that, let's talk about using multimedia resources for factual recounts. As we learned previously, multimedia resources can be formed through the combination of the following: text or written text, graphics or photographs and other still images, GIFs and animations or figures that are manipulated to appear as moving images, video presentations or moving pictures combined with images and sound, audio files or recorded sound, and interactivity or the use of the internet. But there are more ways that multimedia can be used. Here are some common ones. First is the slideshow presentation. It is a presentation of a series of still images on a projection screen or electronic display device, typically in a prearranged sequence to present information in a creative way. Most common application used for this kind of presentation is the PowerPoint or Google Slides. Nowadays, they even feature transitions, animations, and you can even insert pictures, videos, and links to your presentation. It's the ultimate media resource. Second is the diagram. It is a symbolic representation of information using visualization techniques. This is most helpful to make your ideas be clearer and dynamic with moving shapes and colorful designs. The third are infographics. They are graphic visual representations of information, data, or knowledge intended to present information quickly and clearly. Infographics are mostly used to give quick information, like in our example here. It can include text and images to make the information attractive and easy to understand. The fourth one are podcasts. It is a broadcast engaging audio content which students can then listen to at any time and wherever they are. And lastly, we have webinars and online conferences. They are live interactive events that attendees join on their desktop or mobile device over the internet. This is very common nowadays due to the pandemic, and most companies and even schools are not allowed to gather in one place. So webinars are perfect for distance learning and training amidst the COVID-19 pandemic because it allows people to still communicate virtually. All of these kinds of multimedia resources can present various information. And just like our previous lesson, they can also be used to present factual recounts. Factual recounts retells a spoken or written account of an event or experience that actually happened, and it is based on facts. The most common example of factual recounts are the news reports we hear on TV and radio, or the oral reports in your social studies and science classes. All these information presented here are factual events. So just as we can use multimedia resources in giving personal recounts, we can do so as well for giving factual recounts. So that's all about using multimedia resources for factual recount. Let's apply what you just learned. Go to page 2 to 3 of your home task. Study the given pictures, then identify at least one type of multimedia resource used. Let's try number 1. So this can be a slide or video presentation, graphics, or diagram. Are you ready to answer the rest? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see how well you did. Go to page 2 to 3 of your home task. Study the given pictures and identify at least one type of multimedia resource used. Number 1 has been done for you. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 can be a podcast or audio recording. Number 3, this is making use of interactivity or internet. Number 4 may be a podcast, interactivity, video, audio, or webinar. Number 5 can be webinar, interactivity, or a video presentation. Let's go to exercise number 2. Go to page 3 of your home task. Put a check mark if the multimedia resources are correct and appropriate to the given factual recounts. Let's take number 1. Ferdinand Magellan named our country Philippines after King Philip II of Spain. For this kind of factual recount, you can use text with animation or GIF. Are you ready to answer the rest? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see how well you did. Go back to page 3 of your home task, exercise number 2. Put a check mark if the multimedia resource are correct and appropriate to the given factual recounts. Depending on the factual recount, some multimedia resources are appropriate, or it's up to your teacher to correct your responses in this exercise. For number 2, you can use a video presentation with an audio file. For number 3, you can use graphic, animation, and audio file to present this factual event. For number 4, you can use graphic, video presentation, and audio file. For number 5, you can use video presentation, audio file, and interactive video. It's assessment time. Let's check how well you understood the lesson. Go to page 4 of your home task. Narrate at least 5 facts or achievements of Dr. Jose P. Rizal. Use any of the given multimedia resources. In creating your presentation, refer to the rubric for rating on page 4. Here are the following rubrics: clarity, creativity, and grammar. To get 5 points in clarity, the experiences are clearly narrated through the sufficient use of specific and clear examples. To get 4 points, the sequence of information is organized, but more clarity with transitions are needed. And for 3 points, content is loosely connected, transitions lack clarity. Under creativity, to get 5 points, there is an exceptional originality of creative presentation using multimedia resources. To get 4 points, it is presented with a minimum use of creativity. And 3 points if the delivery has little or no variety in presentation. And under grammar, to get 5 points, the presenter has no grammatical errors. 4 points if the presenter has minimal grammatical errors. And 3 points if the presenter has many grammatical errors. Can you give your own factual recount? Create your own version using any multimedia resource we learned and submit them to your teacher for checking. Good luck! Now you're ready for lesson 3. Until next time, this is your teacher advisor, Ms. Robbie. Happy studying, guys!